Alright guys, wanted to go over some run defense. I got a couple in the ebook. The one I'm really liking right now, haven't been tested in game, but it's the 3-4 under safety blitz, and I want to show you guys what I'm doing with that. If you haven't checked out the 4-3 best run defensive tip on YouTube, go and check that out, man. I'm trying to utilize the contain technique, and what that's going to do is get my contains at the second level, and you guys will see what I'm talking about here in a minute. So let's pick the contain play. We're going to go again strong, close, and then we're going to jump back out and go into Denver's playbook, but I will edit that in so you guys will see it. But off tackle is a popular play, right? So what we're going to do, and again, 3-4 under has been our base formation, though this one is going to line up a little bit differently. So we're going to base align, we're going to show blitz, then we get this look, okay? Then we're going to QB contain. So we're going to hit left trigger or L2 on PlayStation, and we're going to hit RB or R1 on PlayStation. You can see QB contain down there in the bottom right corner, okay? So hit that, and then what that's going to do is put your contain at the safety position over here. You see that? And then we're going to zone up our left linebacker over here who's blitzing, okay? Now, I'm going to control this safety. You can see he's already blitzing, all right? Everybody else is in man coverage, so he should be in pretty good shape. One other thing you can do, depending on what he's doing, is you can take this linebacker on the right and contain him, click on him or re-blitz him, and then just move him out a little bit until he goes on his contain, all right? So that's what we're going to do here. And I'm going to sit over the top and try to help in run support, okay? And that's the name of the game with this. You'll see that as an extra adjustment there. You don't have to do that, but if he's going to run to the right a lot, then I would recommend it. You can see he kind of shoots in there, and that works out very well. Let me go to the instant replay real quick, kind of show you what's happening on this, all right? So once we do it here, you can see the contain is just coming in sort of like a blitz angle would. And we get pretty good result there. There would be a couple other adjustments I would try to make to this. Here we go. We're going to baseline show blitz. We're going to contain. We're going to leave him over there. And then instead of putting Lee on the contain this time, I'm literally going to put the flat over here, and then most likely put Lee in man coverage on that receiver there. Okay, so something like that. And then again, since off tackle is such a popular one, then we're going to try to come up and make a play. You can see Lee, lots of broken tackles here, but we're in okay shape for that, okay? So let me do it again here. We're going to baseline show blitz. We're going to contain. We'll put Lee on the contain. For optimal results, I would definitely put Carr on the flat zone. That way he plays up better. There we go. And that should be pretty good there. So here we go. We're going to run the play. You can see Carr comes up, and he's getting nothing. All right, so he runs that a couple times. He's going to get stuffed. He's not going to know what to do, and he's going to have to go to something else, at which point we should be in pretty good shape, right? And you don't have to. You can see here, if you don't put this guy in a flat zone, I just like to have as many guys in coverage as possible just in case he would happen to pass. And that's pretty much the reason I did that. You can see we come up and run support there, and we get him for a loss there. So let's just flip the play. So let's just say he's doing the same thing. We don't have to flip ours. We're just going to baseline show blitz. All right. Same thing here. We're going to put this guy in a zone, and we're still going to sit over the top. Now, most likely you would think he's going to run to the left, right? So there he goes. He breaks to the outside a little bit. Our contain's kind of getting in the way, messing things up. Boom. You can see the receiver kind of just stops, waits for him, and that gives us that one-on-one on the outside, which is pretty much what we want. We're coming over to help out as well, and we should be in good shape. So let's just say he, for some reason, would try to run the play back the opposite way. Let me reset this play real quick. Baseline show blitz, contain, and you can contain Lee if you want, whatever you want to do there. We'll run the play, and this time you see him running back to the left, and we got it all locked up. So good stuff there. A couple of the other things I've been doing, and again, you don't have to do it like this, but I'll baseline show blitz. I'll shift the linebackers right and then contain. But again, it's just going to vary. So you guys will see, and we'll develop it together as I'm going through the games. I still get the same exact idea. This looks more like my 4-3 stack stuff per se, which I'm a big fan of. So you can see there, we just lock up the right side. Minimal gains, if not losses. Still fast enough to set up to where, you'll have plenty of time in game to do it, in my opinion. And it just gives you a different look. At the same time, still lock up run D, and we're looking good there. So let me just change it real quick. We'll go to the off tackle is the play there. And let me just jump to another one real quick here. We're going to go to like Snugs or something. Where are we at? Snugs. go to under center snugs here, tight slots, cut back, that looks good. We're going to go back to our cutback's a popular play. People run that. All right, safety blitz. So we're going to baseline show blitz, contain. We're going to put our guy over there, and we'll put Lee on one just in case, all right? So because we don't know which way he's going to run yet. Snugs is pretty universal there. And we were able to clog up the middle there with McLean. So, again, you'll have to make little small adjustments. But you can see our contains, boom, it's out there. Our receivers, our cornerback's technically one-on-one out there if he would try to cut to the outside. And then McLean's there just to clog up the middle. We're heading over to that side as well. Baseline show blitz, contain, we'll contain, and yeah, let's see what happens here. So he tries to run cutback left, and we got people all over it, swarming to the ball, which is good stuff. We'll run it back the other way. Baseline show blitz, we're going to contain. Click on Lee real quick and contain him, just in case he would happen to run it. You know, you'll have to figure out what his tendencies are. Again, he gains a couple yards there, which we can live with. You know, a couple yards isn't going to be a big deal. Sometimes people like base their offenses around these types of plays, and as soon as you lock them up, you get them one-dimensional. It's exactly what we talk about doing. And you know, again, we're not even blitzing here, so we're just playing run D. So we're in good shape. Boom, we get that one-on-one. Next thing you know is he loses two. So let me see if the dive happens to be the other run. You are going to be a little susceptible up the middle, I'm not going to lie. So the one thing here, if you're just running it stock, so you're going to base, and then you're going to run it, boom, contain. I would try to like click on McLean, and then just sit over the top with Church, kind of far back that we can see what he's doing here, and then just try to come and clog up the middle, or whatever he may be doing. So again, on something like the run up the middle, let me try it again here. We're going to contain, boom, move Lee over, say just in case he's running the thing back the other side. But then he really likes to run it up the middle. He switches up pretty well. You can see we got that one linebacker in the middle. We're going to have to come up and make a play. One other thing, again, similar to the last thing I just showed you guys, you could baseline show blitz. Still do the same thing here, but we're going to shift the linebackers to the right. Just that way you have more people in the middle, right? So watch. Let's just say he runs the cutback, and it looks like he's going to be able to get some yards. But we got two dudes over there, plus I'm coming. So we're in good shape there. So let me do it again. Baseline, show blitz, shift your linebackers left, or right, shift your linebackers right, I'm sorry. And here we go, we're gonna run it. Same thing, look at that, one-on-one, and we're still in good shape. All right, and then where are we at? Baseline, show blitz, we'll contain, shift the linebackers to the right, and we will blitz him just as if he would possibly run over there. And this time we're gonna run up the middle. All right, so boom, now we got three linebackers in the middle, and he's barely getting 2-3 yards at the most. So we can live with that. Stay tuned. I'm going to jump into a different playbook. I would say like those are two popular ones out of this, and I wanted to show you guys Denver. Everything else, you know, you guys can adjust to, figure it out, but I just want to show you that it can work, a couple different setups for it. Yeah, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. I wanted to show you out of the Denver playbook, since that one's a pretty popular one with the strong powers and counters. We're going to go with the 3-4 under safety blitz, same thing we've been doing here. Big strong power at first. We're going to be doing the same type of concept here. So we're going to baseline, show blitz, still doing the contain here. And again, you can always switch a couple little things up, whether it's shifting linebackers, moving your contains in a little bit. I'll show you what I mean by that here right now. Boom. And we're not even containing on the left side right now, or the right side. But you can move him inside a little bit to get a different look. Every once in a while, you can put him on a deep blue. That'll have different effects. So just twiddle around with things. You know, if you can always shift the linebackers if he's really hurting you to one side. And we'll even show you here. Let's just pretend like he's running to the left. Now, is this going to give you the best result? Probably not. But we should still be in good shape, man, just because of the contain. You know, that's kind of a bigger gain than we would have liked to have given up. But you'll get the idea, man. When you guys are doing it in game, you know, there's definitely a couple different possible scenarios. You can move him inside because he'll normally send up over here. You can move him inside a little bit. And just keep messing around with it, man. If you guys lose, use the concept, because the concept definitely works. And just apply it to different plays and stuff like that. And you guys will get better doing that. You'll have more confidence going into the game. Stuff like that. And you'll really be ready to lock up runs. All right, we'll contain here. And I'll just normally line up, and I'm just kind of running straight down. I figure out what side the ball is going to, and I start running over there as quickly as possible. You can see he gets barely back to the line of scrimmage, and we're in good shape there. So baseline, show blitz. Still do our contain. I'm just going to back him up a few yards, all right? And then as soon as he hikes the ball, I'm just running down. And again, this is normally in scenarios where you feel like he's running, or even if he passes there, you could always back up because you'll be in good shape. You'll be running down towards the line of scrimmage. You do have people in man coverage, which, if he goes deep on somebody, you could be in trouble. But if he likes to throw over the middle routes, stuff like that, take it in consideration as you're doing it. And then boom, you're not really committing to either side quite yet. He could run up the middle, you'll still be there. And if you got bad user control, I just advise you to practice it to try to stay on him. But you could always click off, let the computer help you out with the tackles, stuff like that. One last time to the right, I'm just kind of running straight down. You see we're getting in the way, and we get him behind the line of scrimmage. So now let's say they run the strong power to the strong side. And it seems like that would probably be the way most people will do it, okay? We'll run it the way we've been doing it here, just leaving them outside. Same thing, I'm going to stay straight down. And I see it's running to the left, so I'm going to run over there. Corner gets off the block, and we're in good shape there, and we end up getting back at the line of scrimmage. So baseline, show blitz, we will contain, and then back up just a couple yards. I feel just start running straight down. You see the pulling guards, and our contain gets in the backfield, gets him for, well, by the time he drags him, he gets back up to the line of scrimmage, but we're all right with that. As long as he's not gaining big yards, man, these are the staples of people's offenses we're really looking at here. And if you're stopping those, man, like, you're in really, really good shape. See, our linebackers are coming over, and he's barely getting back to the line of scrimmage, so that's good. Let's check it out versus the counter. All right, hang on a minute. Counter, where we at? Counter. And remember, just always remember that, is it going to be one universal thing? No. I do think 4-3 stack's still a little bit better than this. But, if you guys just want to stick to a normal playbook, you're playing mud or something, I do feel like you'll have success with this. If you run customs, feel free to add in and put the 4-3 stack one. If you guys haven't watched that video, definitely check it. The concept works very well out of that formation for some reason. And if you guys ever do this and you find something better, definitely let me know. I do think the contain concept is definitely killer this year. But, just let me know. It's group effort here. Oh, good block shed there. And we're not doing anything crazy again this time. Remember, you could always fiddle around with things. You can move them inside a little bit. That might be something I check into. Maybe even pinching the linebackers. Just to give them different looks. I mean, we got 8 guys in the box. So, I mean, if we're going to be able to stop them, it's doing this. Boom, pinching the linebackers. Look at that. And he's getting a bazillion yard loss. So, baseline, contain. Doing the same thing here. And we're just pinching the linebackers. Real simple. So, see if that gives us the same type of thing. I'm going to back up a couple yards. I see the pulling guards coming to the left. That time he's gaining pretty good yardage there. So let me do that again. Baseline, show blitz. I know what I didn't do that time. I didn't move Wilcox in. And then we'll pinch the linebackers. And look at that. We got like 8 dudes just chilling. Could even them back out here. And, again, if we're going to have a chance to stop the run right now, it's going to be it. Look at that. One-on-one. With a safety that's got decent tackling and stuff, we'll be good. But you don't have to pinch the linebackers. I'm just showing you guys there's different scenarios, things that you guys can twiddle around with. I'm normally good with the stock part of it. You know what I mean? I just want to be able to contain it. I know I could get a stop with it. Eventually he'll get in the backfield or something like that, and then that's when I'm going to take advantage of it. But, look at that. And I'm not even doing anything. He's just literally coming off the edge and cracking them. And Wilcox has pretty good hit power. Eventually I feel like he'd get a couple cracks like that. He could cause a fumble. And that time he's getting swooped, but then our linebacker gets off a block or something. So good stuff there. We'll run it back to the right real quick. And again, this is, we're looking at people's money play. I've seen guys run this on 3rd and 6, thinking that, oh man, I got the counter, I'll get 6 yards. There he would have got 4, but we'll lock that up. If he wants to cut it back up the middle, that's better. As long as we're staying there, he doesn't get us for a touchdown, which could still possibly happen. But, it's doubtful. Here we go. And he's trying to cut up the middle, and we get him at the line of scrimmage. So that's it, man. Enjoy it. Apply that to the strong power and counter out of pistol ace, any of the other ones you encounter, and you should have great success, man. Enjoy.